Hello and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. In this video I'm going to look at some gameplay footage of me and my team pushing boss lairs in Hunt Showdown. And I'm going to go through and break down some tips and tricks and some of the tactics that we use to help us probe and take people out within the boss lair, because it can be a tricky part of the game for a lot of players. In this first instance we are approaching the prison on the Lawson Delta map, where there are two teams inside fighting it out. Now this is a trios match, and I just want you to watch how we approach. My first priority whenever approaching a boss lair is to try and get an early pick. Now, when you down someone, it doesn't matter if they get revived afterwards. The important thing is you start to win this war of attrition. Reduce their health, make it easier for your long armor to one-tap them in the chest later on. So every single person you take down matters, even if they get picked up again almost straight away.
Fucking armor. Nice. I'm gonna kill this armor.
The guy's gone for the revive, I think. Yeah.
Now communication is very important. You'll notice here that I didn't even need to call out that I got that kill. My partners know that because they heard it was my rifle that went off and they heard the death sound. That ping just indicates exactly where that kill was taken, and they know this because I've played with them for quite a while. I do, however, need to tell them that I believe he's being revived, because the last thing you want to think that there are less people alive than there actually are. That is how you get ambushed and die when pushing a boss lair.
Yeah, I think you got him up.
Fuck. Dynamite? Oh, someone else is in.
Wow.
It's another team.
So after this initial kill, we then move in. Notice that because both my teammates are close to the boss lair, even though I've got a scoped rifle, I need to move in. My role now is a bit of an overwatch position. I have to ensure that we aren't flanked from either side, and I can also provide cover and fire while my teammates skirmish around these two doors on the upper level. Now what we're about to see here is one of my favourite tactics when approaching the boss lair.
There's gonna be a few one-shots.
Pull back if you need. Pull back. Nice bait.
One of my teammates gets shot and needs to heal. Now of course naturally the enemy's response is to push in and try and secure that kill, but that means that they have to come into my firing line and I'm waiting. See how that took him down in one shot? That's because I downed him earlier. This war of attrition, weakening the enemy slowly, is starting to pay off. Now I've used this tactic quite a lot and it always works out for me. Here's a quick clip from another game where this baiting allowed me to get a really nice headshot through a window.
Pull back if you need. I'm not with you. Make him peek. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, let's see what happens next.
What? Oh, he shot it.
You got one?
Lamat didn't kill him then.
So at this point, the engagement is turning into another phase. The bodies are mounting, including one of our own, and my partners are pushing up into the compound itself, so I'm not going to be very useful out here with this sniper. Now, I'm going to say this again, because it's very frustrating to see people, just because they have scopes, sitting outside the building watching their partners die and not contributing to the push. At some point, you have to go in. Also, note the use of explosives. Even if an explosive doesn't get a hit marker, it still gives you valuable information. It tells me there is no one alive currently in that section of the room. And at this distance, I can hear footsteps, so as long as I'm paying attention, I can be sure there's no one going to be sneaking up there when I move to revive my partner.
Thinking I might try the res.
He's going right. He's going to bounty.
I can hear him to my left. He's coming around behind me.
Now we're in a bit of a complex situation here, because we know that it's more than one team inside that we were going to push. So we don't really have any idea of how many people are alive. This is why we fan out and use different entrances to move through the building. I know my partner needs help up the front there, but I need to take my time and clear these rooms on the way, just to ensure we don't get whacked from behind.
I've hit him, I've hit him, I've hit him. White shirt.
Now when I hear the call that he's been hit once, I know that I've got this in the bag. I just have to sit back, maintain distance, and ready that shot in fan in. Only once we now have no evidence of any more enemies in the area, do we pick up the bounty to confirm, and when we see that it's all clear, we go and get that final revive. But this match isn't over yet. You'll notice that the other bounty up in the northern section of the map is just sitting there on the ground, and there is one more team left in the server. Now even though we're going to have bounty, making stealth impossible, and 2 of our team have been downed once and are on lower health, we still definitely want to walk out with the gauntlet at the end of this match. So we loot up, refill our consumables, and make our way north for the final encounter.
One's elevated.
I hear him running around.
One of the first things that I do when approaching this fight is to ensure that we know where all 3 of our opponents are. Now initially one is on the roof, but he gets off very quickly, and we know the other 2 are inside. This means that we can freely rotate around the building and only worry about attacks from the inside, and we don't have to worry about any flanking maneuvers at all.
He must have jumped down.
Yeah, no one's there are traps up here though.
Dynamite.
That's me.
Now against people hiding in boss lairs, dynamite is a very powerful tool. My role here, along with my other partner on the ground, is to cover the exits on the south side and east side, just making sure that our guy on the roof can do as much damage as possible, because he's in a place where he is very safe, as long as we can stop people from exiting the building.
They got shotguns.
Alright, let's just not go in then.
Now what I'm doing now is a bit of a probing rotation. I firstly eliminate any AI that are going to be problems along my path, and then I begin moving around so that I can actually cover the west side of the building. This is because that I notice my partner is getting set up on the west side of the roof, trying to peek down through some little sneaky windows. Yes, see those windows he's at? You can shoot down through there into the middle of the boss lair. It's a very sneaky position. But I don't want anyone running out under that veranda below him and then lobbing up a dynamite or getting a lucky shot off with a Romero, because that does have an impressive range. As long as I'm on this side of the building, I can very quickly respond to either of those occurrences.
Oh, who's that?
Me.
Oh, it's you. Headshot.
Should have killed some dogs.
Oh, leading, you motherfucker. I don't believe that. Chain pistol from that distance. You got every single hit.
Well, if he goes for that revive, I'm going to drop him.
Here he goes.
Yes.
So a few important things just happened all at once. After downing one of them in the middle of the boss lair, my partner on the roof is able to guard that revive. However, one of the enemies comes out of the east side and fans down my other partner. However, it turns out that this can work to our advantage, because they immediately think that they're safe to pick up the guy that was just downed, and in the process of that, my partner on the roof in the same spot is able to nail another one in the head.
Right next to him.
Oh, thanks.
However, this tactic isn't really going to work for another time, because they begin burning our teammate and we have to respond.
I can see him.
When it comes time to tap him out, we work together to make sure that we can cover each other across this front entrance, and I am ever wary of that door on the south side.
Fuck, I'm going to tap him out.
No.
I'm tapping him out.
Fucking I'm coming with you.
Cover the door because that's where they're shooting from.
Got a hit.
There's a guy to the left, he's coming to flank us.
Fuck. Shit. I'm almost dead.
What
Thank
a
you.
shot.
Fucking grunts.
Bloody you.
On me, shit!
While looking away to secure that kill from the front door, the Romero guy from the south flank was able to push out much further than expected, and luckily I survive. I alert my teammate and move back, and this allows me to stay alive long enough to use the vit shot.
It's not on you.
There's a guy behind you, no, it's a grunt.
He takes a lot of pressure, but luckily I'm already on the roof in a capable position to strike back after fumbling a fair bit with the reload on that uppercut.
One left.
So now we've killed the members of this team 5 times altogether. This means they're going to be on pretty low health and we're going to be one-shotting them with just about anything. Just watch how the rest of this plays out.
Yep, 2 people running around.
Hang on.
Guys,
going on in
seriously,
there?
seriously.
He's reloading.
He's not getting raised.
Yeah.
And ultimately, 2 little mistakes seal the deal. They forgot where they put their concertina trap, and on low health it kills one of them. And the audible reload noise of the chain pistol made it a really easy job for my partner to run in with a knife and stab him to death. Hopefully this video will help you in your own matches pushing boss lairs, because it can be quite daunting. And yes, it does take a bit of patience. You've got to move around, probe a lot. The key is, you never want to be sitting in one spot for too long. You need to be creating opportunities to get kills, creating opportunities to get inside, and listening really carefully for those audio cues that let you know when it's safe or when it's dangerous to move up into a particular area. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And you can also connect with us further through our Discord, our Twitch channel, our Patreon, or our brand new Instagram page, all of which are linked in the description below. I think the next video I'm going to work on will be a review of all the crossbows in the game, similar to the ones I've done for rifles and shotguns previously. But until then, this is all from 4FS Gaming.